EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for October 27th, 2025. Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania sponsors the Monday video forecast. School and football are in full swing. Fall is in the air, and Kinsley ShopRite is your one-stop shop for it all. They have savings on snacks, lunches, and school supplies, hosting a tailgate party, stock up on wings, hoagies, chips, drinks, and much more. And don't forget to stop by their beer and wine department, your go-to for all of your favorite beverages. Fall favorites are here, from fresh apple cider and pumpkin spice everything. Planning a get-together? Let their catering team do the cooking. Stress-free and delicious. Stop on by and leaf peep. They are in the beautiful Pocono Mountains. They are Kinsley ShopRite, the world's largest ShopRite, longtime sponsors of the Monday video forecast. So today we have a mostly sunny day, but still have high pressure in control. It's going to be in control through the early part of the week. So I've got a trough here. See the big H up here. That's where the high pressure is, up in this vicinity. So it's keeping this system down here. This is not the coastal system, which I'm about to talk to you about. This is going to head out in this direction like this. So just stay away from our area. Not expecting this to affect our area largely, although our southeastern areas is going to get awfully close on Tuesday night. You can see a few showers just southeast of Ocean City, Maryland. I think it stays down there, and most guidance is suggesting it's going to. So we're looking at another mostly sunny day here on Tuesday. Temperatures both days very similar for what we've been seeing over the past several days. 54 to 60 is the temperature spread today, and 54 to 58 on Tuesday. So very similar temperatures indeed to what we saw over the weekend. Once we get to Wednesday, this high pressure is going to retreat, and here is our coastal low. I was talking about this as a potential coastal low last week. It is now no longer a potential. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of how much rain we get out of this. Now, you see a lot of people saying we need the rain. We do. We do for the reservoirs. We need it for the water table, things like that. You need the groundwater. It's not, even though many of you are past the growing season. We had frosts, we had freezes. The growing season, we're not really worried about as much anymore as we are the reservoirs and the rivers, the streams, things like that. These need to be replenished. So we do need rain, and this is going to be coming in midweek, so it won't affect your weekend plans. But it's just a matter of how much rain are we going to get. There is going to be some wind involved with this too, but these are things that have to be determined short term. What we do know is that the models are agreeing on the timing. So this is coming through the Tennessee Valley here. Again, this is on the lead of a very deep trough that's coming into the region. And this is going to move up to the north and east, and it's going to almost do like a Miller B situation where you have a primary low cutting over West Virginia. A secondary low is going to pop near the Delmarva. This is a very familiar thing in wintertime. So if you want to be one of those that like, what if this was rain, or what if this was snow instead of rain? This is that kind of setup you want to see in January or February when the temperatures are cold enough if you're a snow lover, because you can get buried pretty quick on one of these. So this is the timing of this is pretty much agreed upon, that it's going to be Wednesday night this comes in. So the entire day Wednesday is dry, with a partly cloudy start, then mostly cloudy later in the day, so clouds increasing later in the day, and then we have this moving in during the evening and overnight. So by the time we get to Thursday morning, it should be raining everywhere. There could be some heavier rain here associated with this. Is this area low pressure? Again, there's a primary out here, but it's transferring energy to a secondary out here off the Delmarva. Once that does that, you see this slug of moisture that's trying to put over here over Pennsylvania, New Jersey, right over top of our area. That's heavier precipitation. So there could be some decent amounts of rain with this. And this is going to go all the way. This is a Thursday morning. There's late morning, there's early afternoon, there's late afternoon, and early afternoon, there's late afternoon, and there is early evening. So I do think this is going to be something that wraps up Thursday evening as this pulls away to the northeast, and we're still going with the forecast that trick or treat and Halloween itself, the holiday, should be dry, because this is one of those years we don't have to debate. Some municipalities do it on Friday, regardless of what day that falls on. It just so happens the 31st this year is on a Friday. So most municipalities are doing it on Friday. If you are doing it on Saturday for some reason on November 1st, that should be dry too. So we're heading in that direction where this is going to lift off to the north and east Thursday evening, shutting off any precipitation. The GFS that also ran this evening is doing the same thing, bringing this in on Wednesday evening, and you see these periods of rain. And again, you get that heavier slug as it starts transferring energy to a coastal low on Thursday. It does bring us in a little bit later, not quite as fast as the European model, but this still gets out later in a little bit past midnight on Thursday night. But the slug of heavier rain is during the day on Thursday, just like the European model has it, but is about 3 hours behind in timing. So I'll take that. As we're looking at timing usually being one of the last things that are decided in any kind of system, and especially at this lead time. But the fact that they're only 3 hours apart right now is a good thing. They're pretty much in agreement. But this too has Friday evening, or actually any Halloween activities going off without any problems here at all. So we've become maybe some early morning clouds and then becoming partly cloudy on Friday. It should be okay for any of those activities. Now, as far as rainfall is concerned, European models painting a picture here of inch to an inch and a half, maybe a few isolated 2-inch amounts here. GFS is a little bit more in the precipitation department, actually has a lot of areas that are getting above 2 inches. So I don't want everybody to get excited like, wow, we could really use that. That'd be great, because the previous run of the European model look like this. Okay, so this is not something that is completely decided that, hey, we're definitely getting 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's possible, but the European model earlier today generally had anywhere between like 3/4 of an inch and an inch across most areas, which is still good. It's just not as much as we could probably use. And the highest was along the shore points. Then the 18Z run, which is the latest run I have, up those totals quite a bit. Okay, so now we're in that inch to an inch and a half plus range with locally higher amounts closer to 2 inches. So this is one of those things we have to work out throughout the week. We don't know exactly how it's going to work out yet, and that's going to be, we're just giving a heads up now, but it's coming. It's just a matter of how much we're going to get. Hopefully this holds for those of you that are looking for more in the way of precipitation from this event to get that water table back up. So here is the other part of this. There are going to be some breezy conditions coming in here late Wednesday night and Thursday, it looks like, as this low moves through the region. And then there'll be a break in the action for a little bit. And then on Friday, we're going to have some windy conditions as well. So it's looking like a lot of 15 to 25, maybe some gusts to 30 or thereabout on Thursday as their Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Then you get a relaxation period. Then on Friday, as the system's lifting off the north, this is the only caveat to Friday's forecast. And yes, it might be dry, but it's going to be a little windy, okay? So this is during the day that we see a lot of 30 to 40 stuff here on Friday. It does start to slacken off in the evening, but it's still going to be breezy, it looks like, here during the evening. So if you are taking the kids trick-or-treating, you have Halloween decorations out, just be mindful of that, especially when the leaves are going to be flying all over the place coming off the trees, because a lot of you have gone to peak foliage, if not beyond. So therefore, you're going to lose a lot of leaves in this particular setup. Now, you notice I haven't mentioned at all a hurricane. There it is. And all the models have it staying offshore. This is the same as last week. This is not going to be a concern for our area, but it is going to be an enormous concern for the island of Jamaica. And this is the infrared satellite that at the time I'm recording this video, it's still a Category 4 storm. It's at 145 miles per hour. Again, the time I'm recording this, you might be watching this on during the day here on Monday and saying, "Hey, it's a Cat 5 now." It's possible, certainly possible. They're actually forecasting that to do that, but there is so it should get up to about 160, 165. From where it is right now, so it's going to continue to strengthen. This has been moving west very slowly. It's only at 5 miles per hour moving to the west. There's the island of Jamaica right here. I'm just going to outline it because it's in white on here. I'm just going to outline this in black so you can see it better. That's the island of Jamaica, and you see its proximity to it. It's due south of it. It is expected to go a little bit further west before turning like this and going over like that. Kind of like that. That's what what the official forecast is expecting it to do, and that's when the trough over the southeastern U.S. and Florida is going to actually pick this up and send it northeast. And this is about 200 miles wide. The island of Jamaica from one side to the other is 146 miles in length. So you see it's a little wider than that. It goes from here over to here. So it's about 200 miles wide. So it's pretty big. It's not enormous. It's not the biggest hurricane ever, but it's very tight and compact, and there's very strong winds around the central core here. The wind isn't really, it's going to be a huge issue for this island here. Huge. They're also forecasting 20 to 30 inches of rain with localized amounts up to 40 inches of rain because of how slow this is going to be moving across the island and battering it for several days. So if you're a prayer person, say a prayer for those people down there because they're going to need it. That's a tremendous amount of rain. You're talking, if you get 40 inches of rain anywhere in Jamaica, Allentown, Pennsylvania, I just happen to know because I live in this general area in the Lehigh Valley, gets 45 inches of rain a year. you know, just to put that in perspective, that's a lot of rain. So there'd be some serious problems with catastrophic flooding. Not to mention the fact that you have a Category 5 hurricane very slowly approaching the coastline and running right across it. So, yeah, that's not a good recipe for success down there. So hopefully these people, God bless them, and hope they make it out okay, because there's unbelievable potential impacts with this particular monster of a storm. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for October 27th, 2025. Have a great Monday.